Hello traders, it's Steve from the Stock Index Trading Room, and in our weekly recap this week, I'm going to share with you a new signal. And it's sort of a hybrid or an advanced version of some things we've been using in the room. And hopefully you either attended or have seen our extended webinar on advanced patterns in order flow that lead price. And if not, you can visit our YouTube channel and search that, and it will bring it up, and you will get a very thorough understanding of why this signal is so exceptional. And this is even an addition that we've developed since that webinar. So this is the newest, hot off the press information that we can share with you. If you've never read this, please pause the video at this time, read through this. And when you're finished, come back and join us. Thanks. The setup for the no-name signal is this. Order flow leads price. Price follows order flow. Can be no other way. And that's the single most important concept anyone can share with traders who are looking to be successful. I made sure you paid attention to this because this is reading and capturing this concept is the key to the kingdom. This is it in a nutshell in all of our trading careers. Now, here's how the members of the Stock Index Trading Room approach this day after day after day. World Cup trading champion and one-time largest E-mini trader in the world before he retired at a repulsively young age. Now, that's my opinion. That's not everybody's opinion. But Rob Mitchell developed Trap Trader Oscillator to read direction of order flow. That's incredibly important. And then the overall strength of immediate order flow would be even more important. Okay, now we're not talking about volume. Volume can be very misleading. Sometimes it's very helpful and other times it's very confusing. Because if we have say 100 orders, let's take 100 executed orders. If 50 of those are buys and 50 are sells in their new money, they're just gonna set in and the market's gonna just sort of vibrate until it fulfills those. If we have 100 buy orders and they're all shorts taking profit, the market will stall. If we have 100 buy orders and they're all new money entering the market will explode. So volume really doesn't tell us what we need to know. Order flow does, and then the strength of order flow is everything. And I think when you see what we have to share, you'll agree. Now here's a signal. It's a pretty simple read, in my opinion. We're going to be using Trap Trader Oscillator, Smart Trap Trader Oscillator, and a brilliant addition that was added to it a few years back, Smart Breakpoints. And I'll show you on a chart what this is. And basically, we look for a read of direction of order flow. And then we're gonna, oops, I got that in the middle of that. We're going to trade in the direction of the order flow. When we look for continuations, we're gonna show you what that looks like. Signs that the order flow strength has remained sufficient to continue the move. And then we hop on board to capture trades with a track record of very high win percentage. Now, our favorite time in our recaps is chart time. Hopefully it is yours too. Now, I will share this with you. Our more advanced members in the room use this idea with their other favorites to just dramatically increase their chances of success. And I've got an example from Friday that I'm going to share with you and how they go about doing this. So here's our room chart for Friday. All of our proprietary indicators, in this case, we're going to use Smart Renko bars and Trap Trader Oscillator with these red and green horizontal lines. Now, if you've seen our work, you know we have other really, really helpful indications, but we're just going to show you one simple signal and what it brings to the table. If you have any questions, shoot us email at support@stockindextradingroom.com. And if you want more information about what we do, just visit our website. This is from Friday, August the 21st. And I started this signal, I sort of stumbled across looking as a more advanced version to use something that we had been working on. And it was so good that I brought it into the room and I said, I don't have a name for this yet. 3 days later, we were calling it the no name. And that's as good as anything. So that's, people chuckle at some of our names, and that's the only reason I add that. But we're going to talk about advanced patterns and order flow that lead price, and we're calling this a no name. Well, anyway, Rob Mitchell, World Cup trading champion, largest ES trader in the world till he retired, developed all this for us to use. Our Rincos, smart Rinco bars, large reversal bars, 8 ticks. Now the reason we use 8 is because 8 ticks are more, tend to set immediate local range in the ES. So a reversal bar has a high probability of a continuation bar, and then in some cases continuation on. A continuation bar is 4 ticks or 1 full point of ES, or 1 full point in the ES. So 8-point reversal, 4 tick continuation. These Rinco bars are brilliant. We have, this is one of our favorite signals right here before the market opened. And we're just going to talk about Friday and talk about what we have on the market, and that's it. That's all we're going to talk about. So the market opens and our first indication comes right here. The way we read this is real simple. You see these green lines that our trap trader oscillator breaks through in an upward direction. All right. Well, you can start looking at the charts and you can see that typically goes up. And when we have that from an extreme situation, it typically gives us some moves that are larger in nature than other moves. Okay. So we're looking for this. We call this a T-trap trader, smart trap trader oscillator. Lead out, L-E-A-D-O-U-T, lead out. So this tells us that order flow is up. And of course it was right. So what we look for this signal is a high probability continuation trade. We look for up order flow and then a continuation that trap trader oscillator will fire back through the midpoint. This is an incredibly important line, and we'll show you why in a minute. That will fire back through that and has not given a counter order flow read. So that sounds more complicated than it is. We get a green lead out and we get a reversal bar in that direction without a red lead out over here. Okay. Over here, we had a red lead out. We get a green reversal before we broke another red lead out. And then, you know, you can see it kept coming down and down and down. So here we lead out green, we come back down, we get a reversal bar right here and we enter. Now, Friday was pretty lackluster and we can't help that. I can show you better chart. I can show you, I can impress you with great charts, but that doesn't do you any good. We have to trade all market conditions. And I do weekly recaps and I show you what Friday is because that's our policy. So here we enter our first trade and it's a couple of 2 or 3 point winner. We're going to recap this in a minute with the brilliant software trade markers. You can trade these however would fit your belief and your account size, things like that. So here we have a red lead out down, and then we have a reversal bar, and of course it just goes 1 point before it reverses. And here we have a green up, we go up, we come down, we don't take that green out. It again chops around in here, not very vibrant. Here we have that's a small winner, and that's probably a break even if you're, you know, trading relatively small. And here's another sort of nothing type of situation. And then, oh, I missed one. I'm sorry. here we have one that goes a couple of points or whatever. And now the market is going to decide to start to expand. And we don't know when this is coming. We have some pretty good indications with some other things that we use. But I want to talk specifically about, here is a trade that we have traded since the opening of the room called a weak Batman. A weak Batman. And here's why it's a Batman. And I even drew a little Batman here to sort of lighten the mood a little bit. But, you know, we've got Batman here, and his ears on his cowl are the same height, right? As they should be. And here we have price that is red reversal down, green reversal up, red reversal down. So locally, price is sort of being fought over, discussed, argued, questioned, whatever term you would want to use. Okay, so we've got a red, green, red, and we look at Trap Trader Oscillator, and Trap Trader Oscillator says, you know, the order flow, the down order flow in this bar was incredibly stronger than the down order flow here. It came under our midpoint line and could not penetrate it to the upside. Anytime you see things like that, it's like, boy, that's strong down order flow. So we look at this situation. I called it a weak Batman from the beginning, not to mean it's a weak trade, just weak in the fact that the ear on the right side is much lower. So weak Batmans are great trades to look for down. With this no-name Batman, our win percentage is up in a little more than 85% for this trade. 85% for this. So here we have an example of taking, this is a no-name, but we take it and it's also a Batman, so we call it a no-name weak Batman. And the win percentage on this, as you can tell, Trap Trader Oscillator's reading, there's the selling pressure in here is probably 50 to 60% greater than the selling pressure here. Well, it's very hard for price to go up when there's a tremendous amount of selling indicated by the strength here. So that's the way our advanced members read this, and you know that 4 or 5, it turns into a 5-point winner. So here we have up order flow, up lead, green lead out. We're looking for buys. We get a green reversal bar that has not violated the last red, so there's a no-name entry, and you know the market starts rewarding and it starts moving up on Friday, as it almost always does. Now, there's a fundamental reason that the market rallies on Friday, and if you come to the room, you'll learn that and other characteristics that will help you. So I want to talk about this, and I don't have it marked. See, here we have a green lead out, and we come back down. We have a reversal bar that doesn't take out red, but you can see here, Trap Trader Oscillator is saying the strength of this bar is not worthy to trade. So don't trade that. When we get Trap Trader Oscillator firing through the midpoint, you can see it tends to go well. When it goes down and it can't fire through the midpoint, we would not buy that. We have members that would sell this weak Batman, and it's not a no-name Batman. It's just a weak Batman. But the second TTO dot is under a midpoint line, and that tends to go down. Red dots above tend to continue up. Just, you know, little tricks that we use in the room. So anyway, I wanted to share this with you, and this is a filter we have just recently developed that has made all of these no-name signals, our smoke signal, our smoke on steroid signal, all of our no-name signals so much better. So here we have a green lead out. We come back down. We fire through our midline. We fire through this green lead out. This is saying the buying is picking up in here. And of course it ground on up, but 10 or 12 more points to the upside. And then here we have a no-name sell, but Trap Trader Oscillator did not penetrate our midpoint line. So while this is a qualified signal, it's filtered out Because what? The strength of selling here is not sufficient to move it down. See, here we have a lead out, and you can see as this comes down, we get more continuation. So this would be just a signal, but it would not be a qualified signal looking for strength with trap trader oscillator order flow. So we're gonna remove over half of our signals that go against us with this filter. So this was Friday, and now I'm gonna show you something. We're gonna take, we have a software. It's not the rooms. We have access to it. It's one of the most brilliant pieces of trading software that I could ever imagine a trader having, but I'm going to show you exactly how that works. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in and we're going to put a buy on that and a sell on that and a buy on that. That happened in less than a second, so I'm going to take that out because we're not going to get that. I could override that and try to fool you. Now you can see these signals are continuations. They're not working very well, right? They're not. Today, I promise you, today, Friday was not that great of a trading day. And then we have a couple of buys and we're going to be through there. And then we get one here. And so what I'm going to show you is this. For the signals that the signals that were generated by the No Name on Friday, August the 21st, if we had been using a 13 tick stop, trading for 1 point, we would have had 100% win. Well, we can move this down a little, but not a lot. And we're going to show you how we use this for our benefit in the room. But, you know, I mean, it's a really nice trading strategy as it is. And then some people would want to be more aggressive in capturing larger wins. That's awesome. So if a trader wanted to trade that for 2 points, you can see, you know, incredibly 88%. Managed correctly, you can see we only have one trade that went against of the whole scenario. So we only had one trade in all of this that didn't start in our favor. So this 13 tick stop would almost never get hit, but we'll show you that in the room, but we're going to leave it there. And then if we want to get even more, you know, now we have an incredible trade situation where our win size is greater than our loss size and we win more than half the time. Now, we have some management things over here that we use in a room that greatly enhance the profitability number. But this just is a recap of Friday. If you'd have traded 1 or 3 or however you want to do that, we can change all of the parameters. And so we have the opportunity to look and say, can I make this number better and more profitable? And the answer is absolutely. We absolutely can do that. Can I reduce my stop and not reduce my profitability? Yeah, some days, yeah, some weeks, yeah, a little bit, not a lot. Other weeks, we give up all of our profitability by trying to use a smaller stop. So on Friday, if you had traded traded for 4 ticks or 1 point, you would have had 100% winners. If you'd have traded this signal generating system for 2 points, you would have had 88% winners. And if you traded it for 4 points, a win size larger than a loss size, and again, this doesn't get hit almost one time out of all of these trades, would that have been hit for that amount, then you still would, your win percentage is greater than random and your win size is greater. And so you can see that would be the most profitable system to trade. Probably the most difficult for a lot of people that are tick sensitive, one of our members called it, and I like that, tick sensitive. So this is the recap, and of course I'm just showing one contract. Obviously, you know, I could move these numbers up and really make these numbers pop. But let's face it, there are a lot of people that trade that don't have the capability of doing that. And that would be misleading. You know, if I were to show, this is just if you were to trade one lot and entered these. I only had one trade that was so fast we wouldn't have gotten it, and we took that off. We don't represent things we can't get. That would be unfair to you. So this would be the recap, and I'm going to go ahead and move this out of the way and wrap this up. No Name Batman, don't forget that. Those are incredible. One weekend I'll do a recap on our No Name Batmans, or maybe No Name Batmans and No Name TTO traps. They're very, very, very good. So that was a recap, August 21st. Again, if you have questions, support@stockindextradingroom.com. If you want to join, I would love for you to come join us and start to get some of this as we work through the day each day. Get more information at our website, stockindextradingroom.com. Go to our YouTube channel, go to YouTube and search Stock Index Trading Room. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, please, and then every time we post something, you'll get a notification that we have a new offering, and might be the information you're looking for. So on behalf of all the members of the Stock Index Trading Room, Rob Mitchell, one-time largest ES trader in the world and World Cup trading champion, I'm Steve, wishing you the very, very best in your trading. We hope to see you in the room soon.